Hello and welcome to Yoga with Ashlyn. This will be a new moon yoga flow intended to help you intentionally open, soften, and surrender to the flow of life. Feel free to put on some relaxing background music. I will link my relaxing yoga playlist down below, or just enjoy the silence. Let's get started. The new moon is known to be connected with the sacral chakra, so think of the energy of waves and ripples like in the ocean. We will start lying on the backs, bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and start to connect with some deep breathing here. So inhaling to take that breath all the way into the low belly, filling it up with like a balloon. And then as you exhale, drawing everything in towards your mat, maybe seeing if you can notice your own energy ebb and flow or wave and ripple as we lie here connected to the earth. We will be here breathing for a few moments. So see if you can resist the urge to rush through this first breathing practice of our flow. The new moon can sometimes be accompanied by intense or heavy energy. So maybe notice if there's any emotions or spaces of tightness or tension in the body where you can direct your breath. And just notice, no attachment, no judgment. Just bringing some awareness in to our mind and our body here. We'll take a few more breaths. When you're ready, we'll gently start to release our hands from the heart and from the belly. Take your time here. We want to move gently through this flow. If at any time you need to pause, please feel free to do so. Let's get moving. So we're going to start by bringing the knees into the chest, maybe one at a time. Again, move mindfully here. And we can bring the hands or the arms around the knees or the shins and give yourself a big squeeze. We'll start by rocking from side to side, giving yourself a little low back massage. As we continue with that deep breathing, full inhale in, deep exhale out. When you're ready, we'll come back to center. We're going to bring those hands behind the knees this time, and we'll start to rock forward and back. I encourage you to do this a couple of times, and then when you feel ready, we're going to come up through to a comfortable seat. So bringing those heels and those soles of the feet down to the mat, and maybe we scoot back just a little bit. We're going to cross over at the ankles, and on your next inhale, we'll reach those fingertips up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to cactus the arms. So inhale to reach up, and exhale to cactus. Really open up, shift the chin upwards. Inhale, we reach. And exhale to cactus. This last time, we're going to inhale to reach up. And as you exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right side. So that right hand comes behind us, and that left hand comes to rest on the right knee. We'll take a big breath in as we sit up tall, and then as you exhale, we twist just a little bit deeper. We just want to find a gentle edge here, no cramming ourselves into this twist. We're just looking for some gentle space to be created. We'll take another deep breath in, full exhale out. And on that next inhale, we'll reach those fingertips up, shift the gaze, and then exhale to take it to the left. So we'll bring that left hand behind us, the right hand comes to the knee. Again, inhaling to sit up tall, create some space, and then exhale to twist a little deeper, find that gentle edge. We'll take a couple breaths. We'll find an inhale here to reach those fingertips up overhead. And then as you exhale, we're going to float the fingertips, the palms down to the mat in front of you. And we'll come up over the ankles, moving our way to tabletop position. We want to make sure that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. Find some alignment here, giving yourself some space to adjust. And once you feel grounded and stable here, we'll find an inhale and start to drop the belly low towards the mat as we shift our gaze forward. And then as you exhale, we'll tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, reach through the shoulders. And then find that inhale again and drop the belly low, shift the gaze. As you exhale, really round and curl everything up and in. And then inhale to drop the belly low. So moving through this cat and cow pose. As you exhale, really reaching through the shoulders, coming into that cat pose, and then inhaling to come forward. So we can start to embody that wave-like energy. As you exhale, we'll start to round through the spine and reach forward. And then as you inhale, we'll drop the belly low, shift the hips back a little bit. So exhaling to wave forward. And then inhaling to reach back a little bit. We'll take this a couple more times. Follow your own breath here. Again, exhaling, reaching through the spine, moving forward, and then inhaling to drop it back just a little bit more. We'll take one more round here, exhaling to reach forward, and then we'll come back to that tabletop position. From tabletop, we are going to inhale to soften the abdomen muscles, soften the belly here, and then as you exhale, we're going to tuck those toes under, lift the knees, draw the navel to the spine, and then we'll send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll be here for a moment in this downward dog. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Maybe we pedal out through each knee, walking out your dog. Maybe see if you can release any tension in this pose. Find those spaces of tightness and direct your breath and your stretching to those areas. Create a little space. Maybe we even inhale to come up on the toes and then exhale to sink those heels down into the mat. Find some space in the back sides of the legs, in the shoulders, in the chest. Inhaling up and exhaling down. We'll take that one more time. Inhale to come up on the toes and exhale to come back down. So we'll come back to center. We'll ground down through that left foot. Inhale to reach the right leg up high. We'll stack the hip here. Take a moment to pause. How's that right hip feeling today? Maybe draw a couple circles with the knee. And then on that next inhale, we're going to extend that right leg out long and then exhale to draw it in, knee to nose. And then inhale to reach up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. One last time, we'll inhale to reach up and back, and then exhale to draw it in, knee to nose, and step it through. So we're going to drop that left knee down to the mat, coming into a bit of a low lunge. Once you feel comfortable in your low lunge, we're going to come back to that wave-like energy for this next stretch. When you're ready, we're going to take a big breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to hinge those hips backwards and lift the right toes. Inhale to move forward. Maybe we kick up those left toes and reach back for them. Little nice stretch here in the front side of the left leg. And then we'll hinge those hips backwards again, lift the right toes off the mat. We'll take that a couple more times. Moving forward, maybe we kick up that back foot and grab for the toes. And then we'll release that foot and bring those right toes up off the mat as we hinge backwards. Inhaling forward, reach back for those toes. And then we'll take those hips back towards the heels, lift the right toes off the mat. And as you come back forward this time, we're going to lift up off of the hands, inhale to reach them up overhead. And we want to take those thumbs backwards just a little bit to find some space in the front side of the body. As you exhale, we'll bring those hands down to the mat and prep for a little twist here. So we'll ground down through that left hand and inhale to reach those right fingertips upwards. If this is your edge, you can feel free to stay here. If you'd like to kick up that back foot and reach for the toes, a nice little stretch with the twist. We'll take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, release that foot. Those right fingertips come up and over. We're going to tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, and step that right foot up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment to readjust here. A deep breath in, a full breath out. And when you're ready, we'll take it to the left side. So inhaling, reach that left leg up high. We'll pause for a moment, stack the hips, draw a couple circles with the knee. How's that left hip feeling today? Again, just noticing. And when you're ready, we'll inhale to reach that left leg up high and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to reach and exhale, knee to nose. One last time, inhale to reach and exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Again, we're going to drop that right knee to the mat coming into our low lunge. So we'll go right into our stretch here, moving those hips backwards, peeling those left toes off the mat. Then we'll move forwards, kick up that right foot and reach back for the toes. Find a little stretch. And then when you're ready, we'll drop it back, drop the hips back, peel those left toes up. Again, moving forward, kicking up that back foot. And then we'll come back, lifting those left toes up off the mat. And then moving forward, kicking up that back foot and reaching for the toes. We'll take that one last time. Hinge those hips backwards, peel the toes up. And then as you come forward this time, we'll inhale to reach those hands up, coming into this low lunge. Peel those thumbs backwards. Really soften and create some space in the chest here. Find an exhale as you float those palms down to the mat, ground down through the right palm, inhale to reach up through this twist, left fingertips towards the ceiling. Again, option to take this little twist here as you reach back for the toes, finding a stretch in the front side of the right leg. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll release that foot back down, bring both palms to the mat. We're going to take a little chaturanga here. So we'll lift that back knee, step the left toes back to meet the right, and then we'll lower that belly down to the mat. Take your time here. Keep those hands next to the chest. And when you're ready, we will draw the chin to the chest and start to rise up as you inhale, coming into our cobra pose. Again, soften and open, release here. We'll melt back down into your mat. Beautiful. From here, we're going to push up to plank and then move those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we'll start to tiptoe those toes up towards the hands, coming to a forward fold. We're going to work our way into a malasana yogi squat here. So when you're ready, we'll inhale to slide the hands up the shins, halfway lift, keep that gaze down at your mat. Exhale to fold forward. We're going to tent those fingers on the mat in front of us, heel toe, our feet out. The toes are pointing outwards. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale to reach up. And then exhale to bring those hands through heart center. Start to bend through the knees, send those hips down and back. And land here in your squat. Always an option to bring something underneath the hips here if you need to. We want to have some positive pressure here, so we're going to be pushing in through the knees and out through the elbows, finding that energy in between your hands. We'll take a couple deep breaths here, breathing in, maybe exhaling anything that's coming up for you that's no longer serving you. We'll take one more deep breath in. full exhale out. Maybe we let the back of the head fall towards the back of our body. And then bring that chin over to the chest. And we'll bring one hand behind us and then the other, and we'll come down onto our seat. So we're going to take a little seated forward fold here. Again, an option to bring blocks or a blanket underneath the hips. And you can always bring something in between the shins for the head to rest on. Maybe you massage out your legs here, a little self-care for this intense new moon energy. Feeling into the legs after those lunges and hamstring stretches. Maybe pointing and flexing the toes. And then we'll prep here to come into our forward fold. So when you're ready, we'll inhale and reach those hands up overhead. Big stretch here. And as you exhale, we'll start to melt forward. So again, maybe bringing something underneath the head to rest on. I always encourage my yogis to bend in the knees. Bring those knees up a little bit. It helps to ensure you're still getting a good stretch, but you're also not pulling anything or moving past your edge. So find a comfortable space here, and we'll pause for a few breaths. Again, not rushing through this silence, through this moment of stillness, but just staying focused on your inhale and your exhale and the intention to soften and surrender. Surrendering to the flow of your life, maybe even surrendering your intentions out into the universe so they can manifest into this physical realm. We'll take a couple more breaths. Once you find that final exhale, we'll start to walk those hands up the legs, coming back up to your seat. And then moving mindfully and gently here, we'll start to bring those hips forward on your mat a little bit so you can recline back onto your back. We'll draw those knees into the chest and give yourself a big hug. Maybe rocking from side to side here, a little low back massage after working with the hips. Maybe drawing some circles with the knees. And just finding some gentle movement here. Maybe drawing that chin to the chest, really curling everything in as you inhale. And then as you exhale, releasing those legs and hands out long on your mat. Making our way to our final pose here today, Shavasana. I encourage you to take some really deep breaths here, inhaling soft and calm energy, and exhaling anything and everything that no longer serves you. Again, no need to rush through this ending of our practice. Give yourself the gift of presence and stillness. I encourage you to stay here in this Shavasana for as long as you need. I am going to sign off here. It was an honor to flow with you during this new moon. Make sure to come back over to my channel for the full moon flow to help you ground and center your energy and let go of what's no longer serving you. Sending gratitude.